Hello again, it's Reggie Moon with Eclipse USA and Associates brokered by EXP. In this video, this is one of four. This video will explain where to find HUD houses and some fundamental differences between the way they're posted on the HUD website and what you can do nationwide or across your entire state, regardless of what MLS you are a member of. You can go statewide on these or nationwide, like I can because I am part of a national network, which is EXP. So we're going to start by going to HUDhomestore.com. Let's go. Okay, so on the website, the HUDhomestore.com website, you can see every state in the country, including 5 U.S. territories. And what is on here is the gospel. It is actually live. You may look in your local MLS and the property says under contract. Well, it may not have been updated. If it's on here, it's available. So we're going to start in Texas. There's 2 ways to get there. Either click on the map, as I'm doing right here, or pick Texas and then hit search. We're going to look at 2 different properties. Listen, when the property first hits the HUD website, it always starts out exclusive, which means owner occupants, nonprofits, and government agencies. I can tell you nonprofits and government agencies are not going to call regular retail real estate agents to get the property. They won't contact us, the little people. They'll go through another state or federal agency. So just think about owner occupants only when it is exclusive. Okay, here's how it goes. This property and all properties, when they first hit, they all start out with a 10-day bidding period. In that 10 days, you can bid anytime, all the way up till right before midnight on the 10th day if you want. I wouldn't suggest doing that. The reason is if there's a tie, whoever put in the bid first wins, okay? So if you like the property, go ahead and bid on it as soon as you see it on the website during that 10-day period. Now, a couple things happen. In that 10-day period, anybody can bid. Owner occupants only are going to be able to go under contract, but nobody can see anybody else's bid, and it's not awarded until the morning of the 11th day. So here we are in this property. Look, we are on day 9 right now on this Dallas, Texas property, roughly 9.5 days. I'm sorry, a day and a half, and then we're through the 10-day period. It expires at midnight Central Time, so we've got until all the way tomorrow through tomorrow night, almost at midnight Central Time, to put in a bid. Thursday morning will be the 11th day. On the 11th day, they award the bids unless none of the bids are high enough. Here's what's going to happen Thursday, somewhere between 9 a.m. and noon. HUD will say either you won it, someone else won it, or no one won it. Either you got it, somebody else got it, or nobody got it. That's infinity. There can't be another option. If no one got it, now it goes daily. So every day, the deadline is midnight Central Time every day. And I say every day, I mean Monday through Friday. So if the deadline, if you're going to bid Friday, you say, well, okay, the deadline is Friday night at midnight Central Time. It's actually Sunday night because they're not going to review the bids until the morning, the next business day, which would be Monday in that example. But watch this one. So the bid on this one expires tomorrow night at midnight. Thursday morning, they'll open the bids and determine who got the deal, if anyone. If no one got it, it'll go daily. A couple things happen. Over the next 20 days, it's going to be daily. Around the 30th day, somewhere between the 30th and the 45th day, if it hasn't gone under contract, and if there's not very many bids not very many people putting in offers, HUD will drop it. When they reduce it a perfect 10% every time without fail. When they reduce it 10%. So on the 30th day, that's one of 2 things that can happen. One is they reduce it. Also on the 30th day, they can say, you know what, this property, we're going to make it available to all investors, to all bidders, which would include investors. Now, once that happens, the property would go from exclusive to extended, and that means all bidders. Okay, not rocket science. It's daily. But now let's go back and talk exclusive about this one, and we're going to talk about how the repair escrow works. If anyone tells you any different than what I'm telling you right now, they're either making it up or they're just lying, okay? Or they don't know and they're just trying to buffalo you. Here's how the repair escrow works. The buyer is going to borrow extra for the repairs. And here's how we see what the repairs are. And by the way, it says right here, insured escrow. That means it's less than $10,000 worth of repairs. Here's how you find out what HUD says is torn up on this house. You click here, you open it up. Okay, now we're looking at it. Notice it says electrical, wood rot, and paint. Let's just pretend that work, and that's all we're going to get unless we go see it, to know exactly how, the extent of the wood rot. But we're going to say that's $4,000 worth of broken, okay? This is how the repair escrow works. I'm not going to confuse it with what other people say. I'm just going to tell you the facts. At the closing, let's pretend, now we're going to go back and look at the property again. Let's pretend that this bid was awarded to someone that bid, instead of 660, they bid 600,000 and they won the bid. And that's the contract price, a little bit more to it when you consider closing costs and commissions, which I'm going to describe later. So they get the bid for 600. The lender loans them 600, which, by the way, for owner occupants, it's $100 down instead of 3.5%. That's one of two things you get as an owner occupant with HUD. It's $100 down, and you can borrow extra for repairs. Okay, so the contract price is $660. You go to the closing 30 days later. The lender gives HUD $660,000. Your buyer gets the keys to a broken house. That house has electrical problems, wood rot, and needs paint. The buyer just bought a house that needs repairs. That $4,000 extra, the lender loaned the buyer $4,000, but the lender holds on to that $4,000. So after the buyer gets the keys and goes home, you got 30 days is when HUD wants you to do it. You get contractors in there to do the work. Once everyone is paid, the appraiser comes back. He checks the box. He's in the house 90 seconds. He's in and out. He tells the lender, hey, okay, all the work was done. Pay all the contractors. That's how the repair escrow works. So now let's go and look at this extended property. Extended, watch this, is available to everyone. This extended property, it looks like it has a repair escrow also. I'm not going to go into to see what it is, but here's how you do it. You click on addendums and then click on listing to stuff. I'm not going to do that. I just want you to understand, investors don't get to borrow extra for repairs. That whole borrow extra for repairs thing is only FHA owner occupants. So enough about the website for now. Exclusive versus extended. There's way more to this. This is one of 4 total HUD explained episodes. So what you've seen here is the fundamentals about how to navigate through the HUD website and the differences between owner occupants and investor properties. It's the same property, but ultimately an owner occupant only property turns into an investor property. Also, I can always be reached at this number. This is not a textable number. Call me. It's Reggie Moon. The number is 404 Eclipse. I am with Eclipse USA and Associates, brokered by EXP. We'll talk soon.